Hello, welcome back to Teh Tarik Hour. As always, it's the two guys, me, Azreen, this Ah Kit. We are back again for another topic, talking about things that we want to talk about. It's been a while, and we're recording today for those who are celebrating Deepavali.
Happy Deepavali!
Happy Deepavali, the celebration of lights, you know. So if you are someone celebrating Deepavali, happy Deepavali to you. If not, you're probably enjoying the public holiday.
Yep.
Hope you have a good time and manage to relax. Most people will probably chuti Friday as well because it's gonna be like long weekend. No?
Yeah, I think it started. The holiday will be started from last 2 days because the toll free ma.
Oh yeah, they give the toll free balik kampung. Yeah. So if you're on the road, please be safe. Hopefully you can enjoy listening to us while you're on the road.
Yeah, maybe you can turn on your Spotify. We have an episode in the Spotify.
Yeah, just listen to us in your background. You know, we were fun to listen to. Okay, but today's topic is a bit interesting.
A bit sensitive also.
Because Ah Kit suddenly come up with this, and I'm very hesitant to talk about it because of my skin color.
No. Actually, we talk about, or we treat it as a foreigners first lah. We don't treat our is a race who are in this Chinese or whatever. Because I believe nowadays because I've got this okay, we straight away to the point lah. What's the topic?
Ah Kit don't want China people to come.
No lah. It's not I don't want the China.
Fire a bit lah, controversial.
No, it's because a lot of Chinese to come to Malaysia. Is it really they affected the local Malaysians or Chinese here, my local people? The cari rezeki, cari makan is harder.
So essentially, what you're talking about is the thing about visa-free travel for Chinese from visiting Malaysia.
Yeah.
That's implemented a while back until what 2025, something like that, right? So essentially, what that means is that if you're from China, you can visit Malaysia without any visa, similar to how we used to do with or what we still have with Schengen visa lah. Like we can go Europe because we are part of the EU, the Commonwealth
Commonwealth country.
So we don't need to apply for visa for 3 months
But
visit.
slowly we got this called ETA the system lah, the apps lah. So next time we go to like Japan or Europe country, this kind of country, we need to apply the ETA before we entry.
I mean it's like just a arrival declaration lah for what you're going.
So next time maybe passport without the chop, without the stamp, then you just only the passport, your physical passport without the stamp.
I mean, it's just nowadays I think we'll be digital everything already, right? We come here, we come back also. We don't really need to chop, right? We just put the thing on the machine and then you pass through. I mean, you don't even need to use the passport actually.
But next time the passport only one sheet of the paper or one sheet of the card.
Well, maybe in the future it's just app one. But essentially, what we're talking about is the visa-free initiative for China to visit Malaysia apparently is not really benefiting
Malaysian people.
So the thing is, I wouldn't be the one to bring this up lah, because I think every Malaysian knows our
but I have
a few years back how we felt about China and Chinese in particular.
But initially a lot of people are thinking, wow, the people free visa, the Chinese people will
come here,
bring expenses,
economic injection there lah.
Yes, the injection from their money. But do you think the different perspective will the other ways lah? Not every single Chinese are rich. Maybe they come over to Malaysia, they
cari makan also.
Cari makan, then they dig your money back to their own country.
But isn't that the whole point of the economic relationship? To support China, letting them people to come here, so that we build bilateral ties, making our relationship better with China, so that in the future when China becomes a superpower, we will have the good relationship with them. Isn't that the whole point of the thing?
Maybe, but it's a suffering. Currently, I feel the suffering. The local peoples, we are hardly to get a job, and not say hardly get a job because of Chinese lah. I think partially the ideas.
Why? I see. Here's the thing. Like, why is it like a specific race is the problem, not the system itself?
Okay, why I special say Chinese? The Chinese will come over to rampas our rice bowl. First you see about the construction site. if let's say you got someone's surrounding in KL area, you can see a lot of constructions is belong to Chinese constructions companies. I don't know you realize or not. The Chinese construction companies is a lot. It's not Sunway lah, it's not Samdabi. This is not pay advertising but they are is not. But how come they're not look for the locals developer who are develop the project or something lah?
But that's just business, isn't it?
I think it's business.
It's just business Why would
let's say the Chinese construction, if they hire the local people, they hire also the Chinese who are bring their people who come. Even the management level, also they are bring the Chinese who come to Malaysia for work. They're not hire you a local. Even I'm Chinese, or I also not benefit. They are hire their people who come to Malaysia. The management level, I'm not saying the workers levels, the blue collar.
I understand where you're coming from with the China coming in and then they invest through their people only rather than investing in the country itself lah. Like China come to Malaysia, they bring in the China people on the upper management level, but for hiring locals is probably limited to like lower ranking or not really inputting or injecting back to the Malaysian economy there lah, and building up the people, right?
Just what I'm thinking lah. You see if let's say I believe some of the project is not like huge project, is like not the speed train from Singapore to KL, those kind of high raise of the project. It's some kind of like condominiums. They are also hiring the
China company,
China company who are build the project. You know.
Well, I mean, what again? What? Why are you against so much with using China company there? Because like at the end of the day, it's all about the market lah. China offers that services at a pricing that what that person wants. Then you just,
if let's say China is open the opportunities more to Malaysian people, it's okay.
So I mean, like, because I'm trying to understand, like, okay, you say China is taking up all these jobs taking all these opportunities
This one I want to temper is because their come is rampas our like Samdabi like these are our big developers projects lah. Okay, the other way, we are look at the Lazada, like Shopee. Lazada, Shopee is a lot of the small seller, like local seller, Malaysian seller. But the Chinese seller is be able to sell their products on our platform. So also it compete with pricing.
It's not really our platform, is it?
I know we have some.
It's an open platform.
It's an open platform, but I think Malaysian government should do something to protect our local seller.
Okay. What do you mean by protecting our local seller? Because like some things that you would do is imposing tariffs. This is something that Donald Trump loves to do lah. Putting tariffs on China, make it more expensive for China to sell things in their country lah. Essentially, that's what's going to do, right? And you would think like, okay, if Malaysia put tariffs against China, right? That means China won't be able to sell things at our country, right? As much lah, because their pricing is expensive, right? So the idea of that is that then Malaysia would support more local products, is it?
I'm saying it's not saying local product or non-local product. It's some kind of like the government have some certain regulation to protect our local seller, our local people first, before collaboration with the China peoples.
The regulation comes from what aspect? Because like, if you say from an economic stance, right, it doesn't matter who sells, it's ultimately who buys what. If you as a buyer look at the two pricing, you don't care it's China or Malaysia, right? You just see the lower cost and then you just buy So the idea is it since China can afford to sell at a lower cost, why is it the Malaysian cannot sell at a lower cost? Then you say, tak boleh lah, because we cannot, how to survive like that, right? Then if that's the case, then isn't it that the Malaysian company is not good enough to be able to sell at a lower cost?
Because because all the product is making by Chinese also.
So,
this is the if let's say you are the distributors, we only the distributors, we are not the maker.
Okay, I understand that. So let's say China is willing to sell that price and Malaysia cannot absorb that cost, right? So that means as a business, they're not very good. Either that or they're not willing to earn less, lor.
You see, if for the old timers, like the old times, people who are appointed the distributors as a distributors. So as a Malaysia here, I'm for sure some products they have a distributors in Malaysia, right? The
Of course.
distributor also have to survive. They make the cost and then the margin, everything, then sell to the end user, the consumer. But now the maker directly to sell to our consumers, which means our distributor here, the people who are gone.
I mean, yes, there is the loss of a market there, lah. That means a lot of people will lose a job, lah. But in an economic stance, right, isn't that better for the end user, man?
It's better for
because
end user.
you pay.
End user is Malaysians, ma. If let's say a lot of distributor is dying, going to die. So who go to work? Nobody go to work, and then the consumer actually is Malaysian. The distributor also is a Malaysian. Then, yeah, the product is very cheap, but we cannot afford. Even so, the product is cheap, we also cannot afford.
So isn't this the point where we come to say that, since that market is no longer valuable or no longer useful, wouldn't it be better for us to look at our Malaysia and say like, maybe we should explore different areas to improve Malaysian, rather than saying, we need to protect the distributor? Why don't we focus on different things? Maybe we are becoming a different market or a different industry to work on.
I think it should, we have a protection for our distributor, our own, the micro SME, this group of people.
Of course.
We have to protect our Malaysians SME and Malaysians small little companies. If let's say the Chinese company will come over, I think a lot of SME, Malaysia SME will be suffer. This is the if let's say just now I mentioned Samdabi, I don't think Samdabi will be suffer. Yeah, suffer. That they are affected also, but it's not so pain. But for some little SME, like come to this Lazada platform and the Shopee platform, for sure, a lot of those small SME, they are really pain. And even that one is really rice bowl.
Okay, but here's the thing, and I don't know if you ever consider this perspective lah. Let's say we do import some kind of like restrictions against China, right? To do their investment or come in and like that, right? And we protect the Malaysians here lah. Do you think that situation, who will be more benefited from there? Is it Samdabi or the SME? Because you imagine, right? This is market competition. There's China, there's Samdabi, there's SME. Because SME and Samdabi not hub job together, not very. I wouldn't say there are teamwork there lah. Okay, let's just be real. I don't think major corporations are really willing to support smaller businesses. If anything, if they see a smaller business, they want to lapsai or take over, right? So assuming you have this enemy, and this is your enemy. This is the enemy China. This is the enemy Samdabi, and this is the enemy SME. Now, government come in and say, okay, we kill off China already. No more coming in for them. So left is these two enemies, Samdabi and SME. You think between these two, who will survive? Just you imagine there.
Of course, a big fish will survive. Huh?
So that's the thing. Do you think when you restrict and you control this kind of situation, right? How can we ensure that it wouldn't, be abused by bigger companies? Because right now, right, you are, yes, I can see you are trying to defend the SME, all the small business, because you see on your day-to-day, the auntie sell the chap fan say, nowadays also so many Chinese people come in, they do their business, I cannot sell anything. I understand where you come from with that, but when we implement this kind of like policies, right, the ones that abuse it most are the people who have the capacity to abuse it. This is actually in parallel with Bumiputra benefits. What is Bumiputra benefits? What's the point of Bumiputra benefits? Is to help the lower income, the B40s, the Bumis from B40 to improve their life lah. But end up what happened? It's usually the T20s, the rich Bumiputras take advantage of this system to grow their wealth instead of helping the people. So that's the slippery slope that you need to consider when we talk about regulating foreign investments and something like that. It needs to be in a way that's not like trying to protect businesses or corporation. It needs to be in the sense that it should really protect the smaller
The SME,
people,
the people.
the working class. Because if you say, oh, we just cut off China, that's not really solving the problem, because then the inequality will just be between
Maybe
big
I so
corporation.
extreme about the Chinese. We got the extreme on this method. I agree what Azreen you saying lah.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing,
I
because like
absolutely agree lah.
there's because like a lot of people don't really see the deeper systemic issues there. They just see that, oh, China is the problem, or foreign workers is the problem, and they don't see what is the system behind it that led to that
I just
problem.
worry one day Malaysia become a Chinese colonies country.
You anti China so much, bro. we will never become that. You know why? Because we're still too much of a halal country. Okay, and China, even though you say there is halal in China, majority of it is still not halal. So you cannot say anything about that. There's still the perception, just how you will assume that, oh, CCP, Communist Party, all this like anti Western propaganda kind of thing, lor. And it is propaganda lah, but like it's effective. So I understand your fear there lah. But the thing is, we can't just simply make that shotgun, decision like that. At least for my side, I think I understand where you're coming from with the fact that a lot of small businesses are suffering, but you need to look at the system that caused them to suffer. You just like right now, someone stabbed you already, but you still have a bullet wound, and you say, okay, take out the knife first lah. The bullet wound we take care later. You need to take care of both the bullet wound and the knife. Then only you can save the person, ma.
Kill the man.
Wow, kill. Like that, we just nuclear everything. But I mean, okay, so that you're seeing it from the business perspective, lah. But like in a social sense, like, is it too much for us to have like China people to come in and visit us, or come over to Malaysia? I know there's a lot of like anti-China sentiment recently, lah. Especially now with us joining Brics officially, in a sense, right? And then I remember the recent social media news of one Chinese lady coming to Malaysia and say, "Oh, why all this signboard is not in Chinese? Cannot." And then the one Chinese say, "Oh, the Malaysian food all very terrible ones." Like, these are all like cases of like showcasing the this kind of thing. But I again, it seems like we are overloading on anti-China sentiment. But I don't know lah. Maybe for you, you've always been anti-China.
I'm not saying I anti-China. I actually, in front of this camera, I have to clarify. My wife is Chinese, So I'm not trying to anti anyone in Chinese. If let's say, I'd be sorry. I want to say in the truth. I say the truth. Because we are Malaysian. We want to protect our Malaysian benefits. Before saying anything, we are Malaysians. We are actually, no matter is which races, we are sitting in this land. We have to protect ourselves first, because Chinese is Chinese. Chinese is a Chinese person. There's a lot of different kind of varieties and people in Chinese. So the benefit should come to our Malaysian first, because we are in this Malaysia land.
Yeah,
this is what I'm
I understand where you say where there's like a nationalistic pride there, lah. We want to Malaysia first kind of thing.
Yeah.
You really want to do like the Trump style of America first thing, lah.
No, okay, because we hear even local Chinese also. We also can diverse to a lot of different thinking of Chinese. Some maybe like some are Westerners, some very Western people who are in Malaysia, and some maybe they are also very side to China side. Yeah, they are actually it's not very unions. Even Chinese in Malaysia also.
I understand there's very separated. I mean, but that you have to understand that's really mostly in the Semenanjung area. If we go to East Malaysia, it's very united there in the sense of like different races, togetherness there. I think it is more on the West Malaysia. We have a political divide that causes us to become like this lah. And you want to be a united front, but the thing is, there is an issue of if you put nationalism up center by saying like, oh, all these other countries, all these other things, they are our enemy. You are terror. You will end up somewhere in the fascism sense, like very like Nazi style, like saying, oh, all the foreigners are bad people. All the immigrants are bad people. You will come to that point one if you start saying, oh, all this
Extremely.
then you start deporting. If you don't look Malaysian, you get deported. Like that. That is a very dangerous way to us to go lah. And I wouldn't want us to be like the US into that extreme where you say like, oh, all these Haitians all these like Mexicans are rapists or terrorists all this nonsense. I don't think that's what is Malaysian is. Malaysian is a very you say we are very diverse so we should be open to different people and different culture.
It's very dangerous though. Diverse, actually diverse is a good words lah. It's diverse, but the other perspective you may mean is not in unity.
But that's
so you understand, because we not in, because sometimes Malaysians, like, we also in different, like, we have different education background lah, this and that lah. In the end we are making we see in the same land, so we are different of thought also.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, when you say there's no unity, right? What is the cause of that? Us not having the unity. I don't think it's a culture or a race thing lah.
So we have a same enemy, then we be union.
That's the thing. If you use same enemy, then you like America last time lah. The 9/11, they all united one against Muslim law. Now they're doing that again law. United against Palestinian or something like that. Yeah, together law. And that is one way to get us together, but I don't think it will end well, because once the enemy is gone, you need a new enemy.
Yeah.
If you don't have outside enemy, your enemy is within law.
So we have actually government should create.
We had an enemy lah, Najib law. We had Najib as the public enemy number one, what? But in the end also, what happened? We still remain divided, because some people become supporter of Najib, some become anti-Najib, and then it's like that law. The thing is, like, if we go back to the China situation, yes, there is. I won't deny that there are people from out China taking advantage of the situation. But do you think that's all Chinese doing that, man? I don't think so, lah.
It's some kind of like, the Chinese is get more easier to come, make free entry to Malaysia. They are more easy to do this way. You know, some kind of like they are more easy to come to Malaysia, or they're easy to take out the money from our Malaysia and then do this and do that.
But are they doing that all? Because like how many of these China companies that have really monopolized all the things? How is it compared to other companies that are still here in Malaysia? Because if you say China really lapsai everything, right, then our economy should die already.
I'm not just about the big companies, not the big company MNC companies, Chinese. It's come to like our normal people, like our working class people. They come to Malaysians and become a beggars. It's a illegal beggars here. You can see a lot of Chinese. How come they speak the language? They speak out the Mandarins. Not a local people. I can recognize they are in the China people.
You see those cases, but again, the point is, I'm trying to say is like, statistically, how many of that is compared to normal Chinese people just coming here to visit, enjoy, go back? Is because I don't think it's comparable in a sense lah. And you're trying to protect the beggar punya society.
No. Of course, as we Malaysia here, we have an advantage and disadvantage. Disadvantage maybe the Chinese is free entry to come to Malaysia. There are some like the group of the.
But also you just imagine, right? This is a China guy, right? Come to Malaysia, buy a plane ticket, come here to do begging. So this one is a lochin actually. Nothing to do with being China or Chinese.
Not lochin. Actually, it's
a scammer.
Scammer can easily get into Malaysia lah.
Yeah, but that never really stopped China scammer before. They will find a way, because it's illegal already, so I don't think that's a point to make it to say it's against this visa thing or allowing Chinese people to come in, right? Because if they have the intent to do that already, they will find a way one. no point. You also we last time remember we talked about how local Malaysians got scammed to go overseas to work, and then they couldn't kidnap, and then they all this thing. That is wrong. That is illegal. But somehow they still find a way. So you tell me that now the free visa make it easier for them, right? If the visa not there anymore, they will find a way one Illegal things will find illegal ways one. That's why for me lah, I think it's a very impulsive reaction to say that China is a problem. Because I think there are more deep rooted issues that causes us to have this problem instead of just a country.
Okay, if let's say in Malaysia actually we are the business partner lah. China actually is a big business partner to Malaysia. You agree or not?
I mean, since we joined Brics, of course, it's a very important country that we have a relationship with lah.
Actually, this world and the other player is US.
They did the Western lah.
Western side lah. You see who are partner collaboration with US? Which country will be poor? Like Singapore or Philippines? Or Philippines, okay lah. Philippines.
Okay
I don't know.
You sure it's okay or not?
South Korea. And which country again?
Japan, all this, right?
All this.
Funny you say all this rich, right? But you look at the working class people, are they happy? What's the suicide rate in South Korea? What's the suicide rate in Japan? Singapore lah. What's the stress level for working in Singapore? How many percentage of the people own the wealth in these countries? Is it here simple lah. If I go to South Korea, right, will everyone be having the same amount of wealth, or will there be super elite rich and then 90% is just working people?
But majority for there.
Have you heard of chaebols or not?
Chaebol?
South Korean chaebol. These are the people who own Samsung or or the Hyundai, all the big companies, right? And they are untouchable in that country. So whatever they do, the people cannot go against them. I don't know if you know about Samsung and their factories and how they poison the workers by forcing them to work in unsafe situations. And the people cannot do anything about it because they are very rich, ma. So you say that
same thing also diva also
Huh?
Chinese and state also is diva which diva you want to work for only ma.
True, but that's the thing. You're looking at the country, right? I keep saying it's not about the country, it's about the system that you operate in. And that system is capitalism. When you say you work with the US, but they still use the same system, you don't think we will extract our resources?
Then you choose Chinese, then you also the same thing what? Same thing.
True, same thing. But with China, at least they will give better relationships with us. Because for a Western perspective, if you look at their track record, do you think they've been good to other countries that they've gone to? Leh? I just say to you, Iraq, and what happened to that? What happened to that country now? They went in, they got their natural resources, and then what happened? You think they look at us as Malaysia, they will treat us as equal? Meh? What did the British do to us? They come in, they take our resources, then they cabut. And then this idea that imperialism is going to help us is not true anymore lah.
I can see because Singapore is no resources, so the US cannot take any resources from there.
That's
there
the thing.
Can be a stop.
That's why that's the one thing that I would say Singapore at least previously have done smartly lah. They decided to focus on commerce earlier on, and that's to their benefit lah. But at what cost is that? Who will suffer in the end? Because someone needs to pay for the receipt one.
I foresee everywhere suffering also is working class. Which country is even China also same thing what? The working class people
Yes, the
Yeah,
the
also
working
it's
class,
very suffering.
working
Even,
class is always suffering lah. To be honest,
yeah,
because the thing is,
only the Europe side you can see as working class people is got more benefits lah. It's compared with US and compared with China.
I mean, yes,
They are better lah. I'm not saying it's not. It's very, I mean, fantastic lah.
true. I mean, they have better regulation in place lah to protect the workers. But that's the thing. It's about protecting the workers, not corporations. Right now, what you're talking to me is like you want to protect businesses, ma. But you're not looking at it as people. You're looking at corporations first. That's why we always have this issue, lor. You are so quick to defend like, oh, Sime Darby, we need to protect Sime Darby. But you think Sime Darby will come out to say, oh, we need to protect Ah Kit? No one. I don't think Sime Darby will come out to say, oh, I will need to protect the anti-Chap Fan. Won't one. But for some reason, us as working class people, we will quickly say, oh, Sime Darby very kesian. Oh, Lazada very kesian. Oh, they cannot cari makan because China punya competitive. Who cares about Lazada or Sime Darby?
Lazada is not Lazada. Actually, it's a Lazada. Inside, they are all the small seller. Like us, lah.
I mean, you can say like that lah. Working class seller there lah. Okay, that is one way lah. But like, if the idea is to put regulation against Lazada to protect the workers or protect the small businesses, how do you know it's not going to be abused by Lazada itself first?
But if let's say for conclusion, for my conclusion, if for our government, the Malaysian government should have more regulation to protect our Malaysian people. This is the first priority, is to protect us. Even though it's no matter it's the MNC companies lah, US companies lah, Chinese company, or even the local big companies, the protection is come to Malaysians, the local people first. I mean the working class people first.
Of course, yeah. Actually, that's the most important thing lah. The regulation should be in support of the working class, not the corporations lah.
So, I don't know whether just now maybe we will talk about the next episode. We are want to talk about the petrol things.
Well, I mean, this might be in out of order. This could be a different episode altogether. This could be a much later episode, Tyler. That's the thing. We don't know when this goes up. If you watch this after the petrol episode, then probably we have some scheduling stuff to do lah. But yeah, that's why I wouldn't say our topic next time. This can go out of order lah. This might come much later actually. So it's
so many explanations.
Just to make it clear lah. Then people say, next episode is petrol lah, but different everybody. Any case, now you know the secret of our production. Sometimes we record things out of order. If that happens, you'll know why lah now.
Too many explanations.
Okay lah. In any case, thank you so much for listening to us. As always, if you enjoy what we do and if you agree or disagree with our opinions, please leave it, share it with us in the comments. And as always, if you enjoy what we do, share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you want to reach out to us, tehtarihour@gmail.com. From me and Ah Kit, we thank you and we'll see you guys on the next episode. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye bye.